1, 2, 3. Tag Me In Podcast.
Tag Me In Podcast, back again with another episode. You are joined by myself, Ola.
And also Anton.
Come on. And in today's episode, we are talking about shiny penny.
Well, what's that?
Have you seen my shiny penny?
Jeez. Hey, hold on, wait. I got distracted. What shiny penny?
Oh, well, I've got about 4. There's one there.
Yeah. What's that saying?
That's about businesses.
Yeah.
That one's about careers.
Hey.
Then that one's about cars.
No way.
And then that one's about TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was on that one, but then obviously I saw businesses.
Swear down, you changed your mind.
Let me jump on that.
Yeah.
And then,
why not?
You know, precisely. Why not?
Yeah.
Why can I not have it all? We're in a generation of, I just want it all and I want it all now.
Sorry, what was that?
The
shiny penny keeps happening, man. I'm really sorry. I can't focus on the one thing. Like
it is exactly that, and I think that's the kind of concept behind the topic shiny penny, and that we sometimes, or I guess, have you heard of the story of the magpie? Not even the story, but you know the magpie.
Magpie sees a shiny item,
thing, picks it up, whatever it is, it just takes it. And the kind of concept or the idea behind shiny penny is that people have an idea or a business or a career in mind. They'll chase it for a while.
Yep.
And then as soon as they see another penny that is just as shiny, if not shinier, they are literally onto that thing. And it's something that I feel, especially in our generation of millennials, has sort of really affected us or afflicted us.
Yeah.
We're used to the fast age of social media, where things come, they're in your face, they're shiny, you click, you like, you retweet, you share, you're on top of the world, and then something else comes up. You're like, I want that as well.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I've seen in the people around me, in myself. Like, I've worked at a job where I've seen people come in, like, in terms of the turnover rate, stay for like 6 months, and they're like, you know what?
New opportunity.
I'm good. And the reason why...
as in, they're good as in...
They're good, like, new opportunity. I'm like, yeah, no, I've been here long enough. I've seen something else, I'm going. And it's like, you just passed probation. You literally just passed... But you know what? I find it interesting because it's quite a stark difference to the previous generation where it was the case that you'd get a job and you'd have that job until retirement. 20, 25, 30 years, pay off the mortgage, put your kids through school, but it was the same company. You'd obviously move up the ladder in that time, but more often than not, it was the same company. Unless the company went bust, they moved like their facility location, or they consolidated, whatever the case was.
Yeah.
More often than not, you only moved if you didn't have a choice. People would stay in their jobs for stability. Whereas I feel in our generation, based on what I've seen, looking at the numbers, apparently the sort of average kind of career span, or I guess I'll ask that to you. What would you say the average...
he wants to ask me the question.
Job? Yeah, like if you were to guess. So for us,
I'd say 3 years.
You're absolutely spot on. It is that sort of 2.5 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in this job.
I've been here long enough.
That's
Let me out.
That's what I want to get to. It's like that kind of term of long enough.
Long enough. There's other opportunities
What does
out
that
there.
mean, long enough? And it's that point of what does that mean?
I've got everything that this company is willing to provide me. What, you don't want to give me a promotion? What, you don't want to give me additional training? You're not going to give me my salary that I think I should be earning? I'm young.
Do you think there's something in that point of you're not going to give me a salary increase? You're not going to give me a bonus?
Because we all know, well, we don't all know, but statistics will show that your time to make those kind of salary increases, there's 2 parts of it. Is when you're young. Yeah. Because the moment you get to a certain age, your salary is going to be very difficult in terms of increase. Yeah. What's going to happen is you increase in line with inflation and everything else. Yeah. But the jump is not going to be as big as when you're young. So you're young, you're hungry, you're out there. And then also your biggest salary increase usually comes when you leave and you go to a new company.
Yeah, that's it.
Never in that same company, because they're going to be like, well, you was getting 30, so let's give you 31. Yeah. And you're going to be like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's an extra 50p after tax.
Nah. And you go for a new interview and they go, how much was you earning? And you go, I think 35.
Yeah.
They don't know if it's 30 or 35.
No, listen, I ain't even got... Yeah, okay. Like, what's good? Like, what range? Just the range.
Yeah. So, and that's why companies don't usually tell you how much you're going to get.
Yeah. But do you think there's something in the fact that as a generation...
We want more?
Not that we want more. Do you think there's a line between being too impatient? So I think, to a certain degree, I think it's good to be able to look around and say, for example, say someone works in marketing, they're on 30k, to be able to look around and say, I'm on 30k, I'm working hard, I'm seeing in other areas they're earning 40. Is there a line that says, by all means, jump and go for that other job, but get some experience. At least be in a job for 6 months or a year. Because to be fair, I'm still seeing people who are in positions for less than a year and they're just jumping. But at the same time, it's the point of, do we not deserve it? Does anyone have a right to say, look, you need to slow down, do what you want? And I think that's where I'm at in that tough point of saying, where do you draw the line and say, look.
Do you think there's a bad thing?
I think this is the kind of conflict I've been having with people and conversations.
Because I don't even know if it's a conversation. That's my honest opinion.
I think it's ultimately, I think it's subjective. Everyone's situation is obviously different. I think it depends on what you're looking for.
Right.
But I think that's part of my thing, is that as long as you know or have an idea at least of what you want.
More money.
I think when people just do it for the sake of doing it, that's when I'm a bit like, what's the plan? Are you just moving? Because no one really thinks about how this will look on the CV. Oh, I see you've had 9 jobs in the last 6 months. You know, like,
I'm well versed.
I'm well versed. But then it becomes that question of commitment. If I give this person a job, will they even stay for probation?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, if it makes sense, whether financially, career wise, your well being wise, whatever the case, if it makes sense to you, I'm all for it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I said. That's where it gets tough. If it makes sense, but when it's nonsensical and people are just doing it to do it, oh, my boy works there. Oh, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You offer those perks. You got standing desks. Let me hand in my resignation letter right now.
Because you can.
Because you can, and we have that power, and we're seeing people do it, and it's just like, I don't know if I could leave that often, but having sort of said that, in terms of shiny penny, I've seen myself like with books that I'm number one. Like, so guilty of that in that.
What, so you be reading one book?
So now it's like, I've calmed down now, but what it was, because I've got this massive container of just books, and I've read a quarter of the books, and I haven't read the other, and I'm just like, how did we get here?
How did we accumulate so many books?
I know exactly how. So this is what it is. Say I'm on Amazon. Yeah. So every month, I try and donate a bit on it. I donate a bit on it to charity. And I also have a little sort of educational pot where I'll spend, say, 5 to 10% of my income on going to courses, personal development.
Right, 10k a month. Yeah,
that
my
kind
guy.
of thing. No.
My guy, 10k a month. Small percent.
This guy.
Money good, no?
That's usually... this guy. So that's usually like, reading like a new book or going to a course, whatever the case is. But I try and buy at least 1 or 2 books a month. And there was a point where I was just going ham. I was just seeing books. I'm like,
that one?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah. Ooh, that one.
I'm like, so there was a point where I just accumulated many, many books. And there's a shop in Bristol. I don't know if you know it, but it's just outside Bristol. But they sell books. Every book in the store is like £1. Literally £1. Yeah. So I went there.
Go in there. Put it on eBay.
Got a couple.
Put it on Amazon resale. Swear.
Basically, yeah. Come on, you know the pattern.
Easy £4 profit.
But basically, the kind of idea was that I accumulated all these books that I, at the time, was like, I'm going to read this. This is going to be amazing. But then what happened was that I took a step back and I looked back and I saw that, hold on a minute, I've got about 30 odd books in there. I've read maybe 6.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing.
But then there was a time when I still found myself on Amazon. I had to say, bro, you need to slow down. Or you need to stop completely. And that for me is like a classic example of that shiny penny where you're seeing so many different things. You just want to go for it all. And by you trying to go for it, you're just overstimulated.
Yeah.
There's an overabundance of this thing and you can't actually achieve what you want to achieve. And having sort of said that, to be fair, I see it relate to many different areas. So the health market in terms of weight loss is probably one of the most, if not the, oversaturated market in the world. In terms of just information, different courses, different supplements, there's just so much information. And one thing that we struggle with as humans is if we have too many options, we then struggle and we literally can't make a decision. If there's too much decision, if there's too much choice, we get overwhelmed.
Research suggests that you should have 7 glasses of water. This one said perhaps if you have 5 or something. Yeah.
The amount of times I've read things that say you should never drink alcohol, but I've read other ones that say you can drink alcohol, but drink red wine. Yes. Drink 1 glass a day. It's good. And I've read other ones that said if you drink that, it's not good. I've seen the same with coffee. If you drink coffee, it stimulates your mind. It's great. And I've read other ones that have said coffee is so bad for you. Yeah, it's worse than alcohol. Oh, wow. And I'm like, what is going on? There's so much information, and I think what I'm trying to allude to is that for me, it links back to our generation. So we're seeing that our generation, we have a lot more information. We're aware of more of the options in our vicinity. is that a reflection of the media and what we're shown, what we're given?
I think there's definitely abundance of information. So
it's crazy.
when you said like the fitness industry is oversaturated,
yeah,
I think it's just abundance of information. There's so much there.
There's too
like
much.
You have to kind of filter out what's best for you. But that is the problem in
I
itself.
think that's the struggle,
because you're like, oh, so you have your target. So using the example of coffee, one of the key words you said was like mental stimulation, like being alert and everything like that. So your target is to be, to increase your mental capacity in just being just alert a lot of the time. So you're like, okay, I'm going to do coffee. And you find out coffee's bad. And then you find out that drinking or rubbing peppermint oil on your head is also a good way. And this is true. This is true facts. Because they say it stimulates your mind.
Does it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right,
so you try that and then it slowly wears off and you're like, okay, so they said perhaps drinking 6 glasses of water is also good as well because it flushes out the toxins. So you keep on trying all these other things.
So
Patience. And I think that's what you alluded to. Like literally sticking to one thing and finding out if it works for you or not. Mm-hmm. And then deciding, actually, it doesn't work for me. It's time to try something else.
I think that's the thing. I think that for me is like the main kind of crux in the having something, like you said, trying and attempting, seeing how it goes, ride until the wheels fall off, and then move on. Because I think there's nothing wrong with having more than one focus, but knowing that you're dedicating quality time.
The prime example, forgive me.
Yeah.
Weed brownies in Amsterdam. Yeah. They bang, they taste good, and you're like, hit one. Hey, nothing's happening. And what do they tell you? Don't have another one. Don't have another one. But there's certain guys and ladies out there who will and have a second. Gone.
It's just the fact, it's like it takes longer to get into your bloodstream with the digestion. You just wait it out.
Your body's different.
Like, you haven't even swallowed it. Yeah, I didn't feel it, bro. Relax, bro.
Your is different, bro. Like, just settle. Let's chill.
Because then when it then hits them,
you have to look after them.
It's a mad one.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a mad one. And like I guess I want to sort of ask: have you ever been in a situation, or is there something that you've observed about yourself where you can say, "I've been guilty of shiny penny"?
Shiny penny, yes.
Whether it's career,
I can
business,
listen. I can spit bars on this one.
Bars for days. I got shiny bars. For
shiny. So in terms of let's just say finance. I've had financial targets that I wanted to achieve. Once upon a time, I said I was going to make 200k in a year.
Come on.
And I was going to try everything that was out there, but I never tried something long enough to know if it was right for me.
Yeah.
So there'll be, I'm going to do stocks. Okay, I've done stocks. But it's only making £100. Let me try something else. Let me try buying and selling. Oh, it's only making £500. Yeah. All right, cool. What crypto? Shiny.
Yeah.
Wow. Certain guys are making 10k. All right, let me jump on that. What? I lost money. Oh, this is annoying. All right, what's next? Let me jump onto this. There's always been something that's available to me. I had 3 little businesses all at one time. Shiny penny, because there were opportunities everywhere, abundance of it.
Yeah.
Now, I stepped into going back to last year, 2019. One of my key targets was focus.
Yeah.
There's a book called The One Thing.
Yeah.
I read it. I was like, bullshit. Yeah. Like, what does this mean? I have to try everything to actually find out what I want to do.
Yeah.
There's one thing you're saying, no, focus on one thing at a time. Your brain can only handle so much. I'm like, listen, my brain's going to handle what I throw at it. And it wants to take everything. No. Lesson learned in 2019. I said to myself, focus on one thing.
Yes.
Focus. Find one thing. Continue at it until successful. FOCUS.
It makes some, and I'm glad you mentioned the book because I've read it in sort of various different sections myself where it says, don't overload yourself. Focus on one thing. And it speaks about, so you know how we have willpower and that our willpower is limited every day.
Yeah.
So the point is that you take that decision or that kind of fatigue of wearing down your willpower, you take that fatigue away from it by just having certain decisions made already. So, for example, the point of Tim Ferriss has mentioned just eating the same food every single day. Fair enough, it's boring, but generally speaking, for the most part,
you're not opening the fridge going.
Yeah, like you know what, like meal prepping. You know what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's less of your willpower and energy spent on deciding what to eat for breakfast, what to eat for lunch. And I guess another point I wanted to mention, or to play devil's advocate, is that is it the best thing in those situations to only focus on one thing?
No.
And the reason why I said, the reason why I said it is because I feel a lot of our growth and development comes from trying different things.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the people who sometimes get ahead in life, or most of the time get ahead in life, are the people who try different things. When you look at all the inventions we have on Earth, it's from trying new things.
The reason the book, The One Thing exists, is because someone realised that everyone's doing everything. So that's how he was able to write a book.
There's that term, you're doing too much.
He was like, oh, look, the problem is we're doing so much. Now this is my solution, focus on one thing. Even the guy that wrote it was doing a lot.
He's like, I know I'm writing this book and I'm doing this screen as well, but let's just do one thing.
Yeah, like, and I think there's a beauty in trying new things. But again, it's that patient element. So like, I guess career, I'm trying to think about how I've always been focusing like, okay, I'm going to focus on cybersecurity. That's all I'm going to do. But at the same time, I was running co-working sessions in Bristol. I was buying and selling iPhones and reselling it. I had a podcast. We don't do one thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. But you know, we've had conversations in the past. I remember it's that point you mentioned about, and I think it was a perfect analogy in the spinning plates.
Oh man!
Have you ever seen someone juggling 5, 6, 7 different spin? The problem is, or the analogy is that if you've got one, you are so focused on that one.
Yeah.
But it's that point of all your eggs are in one basket.
Spin it.
If you've got 10, you won't be able to devote enough quality time potentially to all those spinning plates. And 8, maybe all of them are going to break.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And I think it's that balance points of kind of saying, you know what, I can't do it all. I'm only human. This is my main spinning plate. I'm going to have 2 or 3 others. If one of them breaks, so be it. It's life. But I'm going to focus on more than one.
So like that shiny, and I think the shiny, shiny object element to it also enables you. So once you know what you're kind of focusing on, it enables you to say no to certain things.
Yeah.
So like today is a prime example. A guy came up to me and he's got a business proposition. He's like, Anton, I want you on my team. Sounds good. However, I'm trying to focus on one thing right now. He's like, okay, but this one thing could help out what you're trying to do. I'm like, that's fine. But I want to focus on this one thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, I rate you for just saying no like that. I was like, don't get me wrong.
That's what it is.
This took me a long time to get to this point. A very long time. Because I'll be saying yes, let me look into that. Now it's just, no.
Yeah.
Like, let me just be committed to myself and what I want to do.
It's a powerful position to be in. And I think that word no is, and we've mentioned this in past podcasts, and that there's so much power in that word. And it's a sentence in and of itself. And a lot of what I read now around people who have got successful businesses in the UK and America, like Warren Buffett and many others, one thing that they're all consistent in saying is that they say no more often than any other word. And that a lot of times they get given propositions, businesses to invest in, opportunities to take part in. A lot of the times they have to flex that muscle and power and say no. And it reverts back to the main point of shiny penny. I don't want to focus on all 10 different things. I want to focus on this one thing, put 110% into it. If it flops, then we can discuss that business venture. Then we can discuss that property. Then we can discuss that whatever it is, that app you want to create. But for the time being, I'm sorry, people. No. Like, I'm focused on this. I'm focusing on that. No more shiny penny. Give me a dull, boring something. Let me focus on that.
Yeah.
Let me do my thing. Let me be consistent. And that's one thing also I wanted to mention is that in that shiny penny aspect, there usually is a lack of consistency in one thing. What usually happens is, and patience is, a lot of attention is put into something because there's a lot of hype around it. The buzz fades away. The results aren't seen within a week. This isn't working. Let's move on. Like the amount of times I've gone gym and I've done this, I might would do, I don't know, bench like 80 or whatever it is, do a couple reps. I'm looking in the mirror. Where's the gains? I've seen people do it. They'll start a business. The business hasn't done, $1 million in turnover within a week. Oh, this isn't really working out.
It's not for me. What's that?
This isn't
Next
for
one?
me. It's not for me. No, it's just not for me. And it's that point of, look, did you try? Did we put in the time and effort to actually make this happen, to make this a success? And it's interesting because this is an old episode of The Breakfast Club with LL Cool J. And he mentioned that exact point, that one thing he's seen with our generation is that for him, or not even our generation in general, a lot of people lack consistency. They lack the ability to stay focused on something long enough to see it to fruition. Because with most things, and I was listening to on Blinkist an audio called Grit. I'll get the name for you guys. Yeah. And there's a portion that kind of speaks about how a lot of the times in life, showing up, being consistent and persistent, 10 times out of 10, let me say 9 times out of 10, will trump natural talent. Being consistent and showing up every single day to what your goal is, to achieve that goal, will trump someone with natural talent who does not put in the work. Being consistent is so powerful. We've seen it in our podcast. We've seen it in other businesses. We've seen it around, and just being able to apply that simple principle will take you so far. Yeah, and that will naturally move you away from the shiny penny syndrome. Now, again, not to say it's a bad thing. It has its value. You know, magpies, they chase these shiny things. There is a genetic reason for that. It has benefited them in the past. Us as humans, a lot of our success has come from variety. Yes. We're told that when we eat, our plate should be composed of various different things, you know, carbs, proteins, whatever, as well as the colours. It should have green, various different colours. That's where our success comes from. They've done experiments with Skittles and Smarties where they've put all, say, green Smarties in a bowl and then a mixture of all the different colours. And then everyone always tends to go for the ones of different colours. Our success as humans has come from that aspect of variety. So shiny penny syndrome in and of itself is not a bad thing. I think with most things, it's about balance and about awareness. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know, shiny penny, how bad are you? 1 to 10, or sort of how often do you move around in terms of different things? And just being, again, I don't think there's like a right or wrong. I think it's just that awareness piece of saying, okay, I'm quite guilty of moving things around. Can I maybe spend a bit more time? Can I maybe say, okay, I'm going to commit to this fitness program for 6 months. If it doesn't work, then I can move on. And it's that kind of point of just, I think, awareness plays a big part of it for me.
For me, shiny penny, I look back on it and I think it's the best thing that happened to me. It enables you. Like, it's the skills that you learn, you throw yourself into different scenarios, different situation. It creates you as a person that makes you kind of multi-dimensional. You know, you've got a facet of every single type of skill or area. You can engage in certain conversation. If needs be, you could be like, yeah, I tried that once. You don't need to say tried once, but you could be like, yeah, I looked into that. So if someone's talking about, I don't know, Forex trading and gold and trading in gold, like, yeah, I dabbled in that. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Connections with people. I think the reason why I went through the transition of saying 2019, let me find one thing, is also tying in with a why. So my why for creating a lot of stuff previously was chase money, get the peas. And then it was just like, but you're doing this multiple spinning plates. It's coming out of a cost because, again, like what I said, you're spinning 8 plates, but you're not actually maintaining all 8. You know, one's shaking, one's almost falling off, one's dropped on the floor. So you're not really actually being productive. You're being busy.
Distinction. Being busy and productive, 2 different things. You're
being busy, but you're not actually, there's no real result coming from it. And that realization of being busy just for the sake of being busy, without even intentionally knowing, was like, okay. All right. Let's be serious now. Let's scrap all that bullshit, because it was mad. Because like I scrapped a lot of stuff from the side. So I had like a revision guide, online site. I had notes worthy for banknotes, like the brand new £20 note. Put in the serial number, find out how much it could be worth. And then there was like other stuff on the side, and I was like, And I also tried jumping into like the whole eco-friendly wave. I was saying eco-friendly products. I was like, I was selling eco-friendly nappies. I was selling nappy inserts.
Look, we got to protect this planet, man.
Yeah, I get that. But why am I doing it? Like, what is the real reason? The only reason I was doing it was shiny. There was an opportunity. There was a way in the market that I can capitalize. Did I really care about it? Am I going to sustain it? Is there going to be consistency? No. Having that serious conversation with myself, and I think that's probably what you were saying about the scale when it comes to shiny penny. I was looking at something shiny, understanding the opportunity, knowing there's a bunch of information that kind of correlates with why you should do it, but then asking yourself, why should you do it? Sounds crazy.
No, it makes sense though. Like, why is this relevant to me?
If someone comes to you and be like, Ola, you should jump on right now on this, I don't know, we're going to set up a theme park. It's going to bring in, it's going to be mad. Yeah, but you're going to need to put in 40 hours. You're going to be like, you're going to think about it. I think naturally we're going to be like, bro, so you're saying you can bring in 2 million in 12 months and I just have to turn up. Yeah. You're going to think about it, but like, you're going to have to question your why, because is it worth 40 hours?
Does it fit with your values as well?
Is it worth 40 hours? Yeah. You know, is this something you really want to be doing, or you're just doing it because the opportunity is there? That is the key thing. It's that respect of time.
It's a lot because the time is that limited resource that you don't get back.
Is it something you want to... If you died, I hate to say it like this.
Man's taking it there.
But, you know, you're going to get paid 2 million in 12 months, but you were, I don't know, struck by lightning 10 months in, and you're in the hospital, and you're thinking, wow, that was the last 10 months of my life. Are you going to be like, you know what, I focus on what I wanted to focus on, or I focus on something that was shiny, and now that I think about it, I could have done something else? Yeah. Because we do have those moments when there's multiple shiny objects, so you've got to make a choice.
Just having that. And I think sometimes with some people, it's that they'll pick maybe one of those things, then in hindsight, it's like, I picked the wrong one. And just having that regret piece of, oh man, I should have picked that other business, I should have invested in that house. I should have done that, but...
You can't have regret on those sort of things. You took action, innit? I can't.
It happens, these things.
I can't say that you should have regret on that moment.
Not gonna win like every single decision or choice to make.
That's the gamble, boy.
That's the thing.
All right,
it's crazy, isn't it?
Let's go. Dice.
All on red. Come on.
Cool. Hey. That was a risk.
Back to square one.
Yeah. So shiny objects, it's just part of life.
It is a part of life, and I think the main thing is that awareness piece and just knowing where you are on the scale. And understanding what is a shiny object and
everything's shiny,
how to like address it, how to deal with it.
Everything's shiny.
Because
you know, that awareness piece that you're mentioning, it's not. There's no way of actually being aware of it.
No, I think there is.
Yeah.
Like it's that point of like you sort of saying, like with the books and me saying, I've got a container full of books I have not read X amount. Let me actually stop buying. And for you saying, I've got all these businesses, I'm just busy. Let's clean the slate and let's get busy. Let's actually get focused and be efficient with my time, not just being busy. I think that for me, that's like the main piece.
Yeah. So would you say that's a question?
Yeah, that question.
To bring that out.
It's that main like, okay.
Why am I doing this?
What are my shiny objects? Yeah, why am I doing this? What's the long term? If this succeeds, what do I gain? What does it mean? What is success in this regard? If this business pops off, okay, where do we go from here? Just knowing what you're dealing with, how much time is being spent on it. So again, back to that awareness piece. I'm spending 10 hours on this a week. Okay, cool. This is taking up 50 hours of my week. So how much value is it really bringing? And just being able to assess it based on that. So yeah, it depends on who it is and, you know, how much time they have at their disposal and that kind of thing.
That's cool. Because like that whole... I guess I'm having a bit of beef with awareness nowadays.
Oh, yeah?
Because like, what does it mean? What does it mean?
It's like just
because the awareness comes once you realise it. So you never had the awareness. What's this guy smoking today?
No, but it's that perspective thinking.
Yeah, cool. The questioning.
Yeah, just like question. Yeah, exactly. Questioning why.
Drawing a line in the sand and going, why?
Yeah, what does this mean?
Yeah. Why am I up at 1 o'clock in the morning on this?
Why am I really chasing money? Yeah. I got a job like everyone else. I left university. I'm working. I'm grafting. I'm getting a house. Why? Because, you know, no. But why? Yeah.
Because a shiny object could be flipping, like going through YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like, that one. Next one.
Oh, yeah.
Next one.
You know what the thing is?
But the awareness happens afterwards.
It is. But you know what? YouTube is guilty of, or really efficient at making that so easy.
Your suggestions. Hey, we recommend...
Not really suggestions. But if you're watching a video and the video ends, there's like an auto play. So you could literally do nothing and they're there waiting going, look, listen, we found another video for you. You don't even have to press it. We will play it for... I'll give you the shiny object in your face and I know you're going to like it based on me watching the algorithm. Yeah. I know what you like. You're going to love... You like that one? You're going to love this. Yeah. It's going to play. No
shiny.
Ads. Yeah?
Shiny. Hey. Clickbait as well. Hey, that's another shiny one. It's part of like...
It's crazy. It's crazy how there. Marketing is, It's crazy how it's evolved over time as well. It really has evolved over time, like you said. All these different like marketing pieces, suggested videos, like there's so much.
It's around us. Yeah. And I know you're guilty for YouTube.
Yeah. I've calmed down, you know.
Yeah.
I'm actually in this month, January and this month, on my to-do list, one of the things is limited. It's limited. Yeah, it's limited YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
And I've been pretty, apart from like the wilder fight.
Yeah.
Few recipes. I'm like, yeah,
Shiny.
Yeah.
Wow. This guy's got a new interview. Oh
yeah.
wow.
No, I've been good. I'm like, right, that was easy to come off. Like,
yeah. It's just crazy because that's what I was saying about the awareness piece. Like the awareness happens when you're up at 1:30 and you realize that you should have been in bed at 10, and you're like, why have I done this?
Why me?
So is it awareness or is it like a reflective moment?
I guess a bit of both.
Yeah.
A bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because awareness would be like, I guess, yeah, so you're right.
If it's before, it's aware, but then if it's post, then you're like,
yeah. Because if you're in it and you're like, oh, why? Oh, I said I wasn't going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
That's you being aware of the position.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh man, we've done it again. Why do I keep on doing this?
Yeah.
Reflection. So yeah, reflection and awareness.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm happy now.
You happy?
I'm
content. All my shiny objects.
This is what this podcast is about. It's like, hey, we've been saying awareness for time, but what does it actually mean?
Where are we going with that?
Yeah.
No, so, lovely. I like that one. We'll bring this episode to a close.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you everyone for listening in. Let us know what some of your shiny objects are and how you are being aware of those shiny objects or reflecting on those shiny objects. And as always, you know you can reach out to us with any dilemmas, questions or points or podcast episodes. We can be emailed at info@tagmeinpodcast.co.uk. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. And as always, that is a helpful episode. Keep it locked.